Man, this comic is so good. Ugh, love Boom Studios. This is such a good comic. Hey Zordon, what's going on?
It is time for a new review and recap.
Gotcha. I understand. Alright, it's morphin' time! Dragonzord!
Alright, now let's go get him!
Hey folks, if you are new to my channel, please click that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notified on my new content. Now that we got that out of the way, let's dive right into this book. We start off with a flashback of Zack the Black Ranger dominating in dodgeball in his elementary years. He gets hit with the ball by some kid with the last name Cook, and then we flash over to the current time when the Rangers are fighting a classic monster we all recognize, the Pudgy Pig. Now, this definitely seems to be a style at this point with these comics, where every so often we get a flashback of the Ranger's life and then swoop back to the present moment, molding past experiences and current situations together as like a metaphoric way of making a point or the plot relevant. Now, I can say that I'm not totally sure how this flashback tied into anything with this particular issue, but my guess is keep reading into issue 14 and so on, and I'm sure the awe factor will resonate. The Rangers form the Power Blaster and demolish Pudgy. We then flash over to Rita Repulsa and her squad of aliens. She doesn't even seem to be upset that the Rangers won again. In fact, it's as if she was expecting it. She's also holding a container with a very vibrant red liquid solution inside, which she refers to as a key. We then flash over to Trini and her mom, and here in this segment, I really enjoyed the heartfelt moment as Trini's mom could tell, she was having some boy issues, but didn't know exactly how to voice it. Yet her actions and anxiousness, it said it all. Her mom assures her that whoever this boy is, as long as Trini remains true to herself, he'll love her for who she is. Going on, we see that Billy's dad purchased an old beat-up slug bug for Billy. Neither one of them know, much about, working on cars, but it's a nice father and son bonding activity. So aside from that, folks, this is the introduction of the Rad Bug. If you remember in the original TV show, Billy created a flying car titled the Rad Bug. I also really like how Billy's dad, kind of like semi-named it in this particular issue. So I think that's really cool. And it also is going to give us a little insight on exactly how Billy created the flying car. Next page, the friends notice Jason the Red Ranger hasn't been coming to the youth center in the mornings, as he usually does to train. They are wondering if he is okay, and of course, Jason tells them he is fine. However, he hasn't told them that his dad is actually dealing with major health issues, and Jason has been spending his mornings helping his dad. Almost like father like son, it seems one of Jason's weaknesses is vulnerability in challenging situations, and frankly, being open about it. Will be interesting to see how the personal and hero life mesh, for him in terms of development. Going forward, we see that Rita Repulsa is back at it again. This time, she prepares her squad to simply keep the Rangers occupied as they cause destruction. It seems she has a door to open, a bigger plan other than Angel Grove. Also, I wanted to point out that I really love what the writers have done with Rita in the comics. To me, she doesn't feel like this over-the-top comedic bad guy that is going to lose at the end of the day. Instead, there's this quietness to her, and her personality in terms of the writing, which I feel makes her a little more edgy, suspicious, and altogether a little more creepier, in my opinion. So I really wanted to point that out and just say, I really feel like her presence has definitely become a little bit stronger in terms as, a villain. Next page, we get a scene where Zack and Kimberly are walking through the school hallway and walk past their friend, Matt Reeves, who obviously ignores them to the point where, it felt like they didn't even exist. Now remember, Matt knows the truth about the Rangers and gained this knowledge just a few issues back. However, he just wants them to tell him the truth. But once a Ranger, you are pretty much under oath and not allowed to share that part of your identity with the outside world, other than your team. So, to say the least, that friendship or lack of has become very complicated nonetheless. Next page, Zordon informs the team that Rita Repulsa has her squad and putties landed in New York. The Rangers then teleport there to stop her, and then, of course, it is morphin time. Once they arrive, they are greeted viciously by putties and monsters, and even face off against a new monster, the Mega Putty, which I actually thought was really cool, and I could see a toy like down the road if Hasbro, will adapt the Boom characters into figurines. I think that would be a cool one to have as like, one of the villain accessories. Now at this point, we as the readers, we realize that this was just a distraction. All the monsters and Goldar are in New York. Rita has the Rangers occupied as she performs a magical spell and opens up a portal. As Rita enters the portal, she tells Goldar to guard their palace with his life. And as for everyone else, when she returns, there will be consequences. I can only imagine that this portal she opened is to retrieve something major that will ultimately benefit Rita's success in dominating Earth and defeating the Rangers. As she opened the portal, it seemed to be like a huge vacuum sucking everything in. As it began to close, Jason the Red Ranger and Trini the Yellow Ranger also got sucked into that portal and find themselves in a strange new world. Going on, we get a scene with Squat and Babu as they are pretty much just freaking out at this point because of what Rita said. There will be consequences when she returns. They are misinterpreting the direction of that statement, making it personal, which seems like, they may have plans of their own as Rita Repulsa is away. So we'll see what happens with that. These two characters, they are very, I would say the comedic relief in some points of Rita's team, but I could also see some rebellion on their side, which would be interesting to see, exactly what they may do, while she's away in a different world. Flashing over to Jason and Trini, not only are they in a new world and universe, but they got color swapped. We've seen previous footage of this as Boom Studios teased about what to expect going forward with the Go-Go issues at PMC 2018. I'm excited to see what they do with this aspect of changing the Rangers' powers and colors around. And what a coincidence that Jason and Trini got sucked into this new world together, seeing as in these issues there is some chemistry between them that has awkwardly been touched on before. So it'll be quite interesting to see how this potential action romance plays out. Now, in the ending segment of this comic, these Rangers find themselves in a new planet, surrounded by those alien dogs in the recent Predator movie, or at least that's what they remind me of. If anyone's seen the new Predator movie, I'm sure that you can concur with that statement. Nonetheless, this issue, was fantastic. It opened up a can of mystery and also left us with a nice cliffhanger as we wait for the next book. Have you read this comic? If so, comment on this video and share your thoughts. Also, guys, please, please, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel now. Go ahead and do it. I'll wait for you. Perfect. Thank you so much. And please ring that bell on my page to stay notified so you guys get all the notifications on my future videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And until next time, wham, bam, boom.